Ras al Auja is one of the largest Palestinian Bedouin villages in the occupied West Bank. A village of 1,200 residents just north of Jericho City, it faces intensified settler violence and is surrounded by illegal Jewish outposts. As the Israeli government openly discusses its intentions to annex the West Bank, Palestinians are facing increasing pressures to leave their ancestral homes. We went to visit the village and speak with some volunteers from UCPIP, Unarmed Civilian Protection of Palestine, in order to understand close up what settler violence means and what it is like for people to be forced out of their homes.
Okay. So,
Good morning.
good morning.
How are you? I'm
I am good. Okay, Elana. So, live from the place. We are in Ras al Auja. It's a beautiful community in the West Bank in Auja village. As you see, it's like a desert, but at the same time, it's full of water. Auja Spring. It's a main source of water here in this area that feeds all the way to Jericho, you know? Unfortunately, we have so many outposts here that has been being built for the past 2 3 years. This is one of them, if you can see here. An outpost is the period is not a settlement yet,
Right.
but it's someone who decides
They want it to
that
be.
this is my land and I want to build whatever I want, and so this is the first one.
Okay, so
Up
it's
there,
up
yeah,
there
this
on
is
that
an
hill.
outpost.
Let me see if I can get it without the.
Yeah. Yeah, that one. And the outpost, people come to it a few months ago that this is like the tourism, the Israeli tourism inside Judea and Samaria. Like come people and enjoy the field, blah
Really,
blah
they
blah.
have like tour groups coming
Yes,
here.
yes. They do.
What, like Americans,
Yes,
like American Jews or
yes.
American
We had
Christians?
just 2 weeks ago, we had more than 50 students from the States coming for a tour here and harassing the people of the community. So yes, and every time they come up with a new outpost. So every time you have to look and you will see a new outpost. Not every year. It's every maybe month, every a few weeks you will have a new outpost with these young men, mostly kids at risk. These kids at risk are Israelis, kids with problems. They take them. They have maybe problems in the family. So they take them. They take them in instead of taking care of them and really giving them the care that they deserve. They throw them here in these outposts to intimidate and harass the Palestinians. And it could be very dangerous on them. And they brainwash them into this is Judea and Samaria. This is the biblical, land, that the promised land that you have to take care of, and that we have to kick those terrorists on it, etc., etc., etc. The land you are standing on is a private-owned land by Palestinians from since generations. It's not new. It's not yesterday they bought it. They've been here since forever. And these kids, just like 12, 13 years old, instead of going to schools or going to somewhere that they are taken care of, they send them here in the middle of the desert, very hot weather, like 50 degrees it could get, and they let them do the sheep and camels. So they bring them, they hold the Torah, and they would be like putting everything like religious, all the religious
Like they
stuff.
wear talit and stuff.
Yes,
They wear
everything.
talit, hold the Torah, and go raise
And they will
sheep.
like sit and like trespass private properties, and they would like be praying or like enjoying their time, whatever. And then they decide to pray, and then after they pray, they come and spit on people and harass people and even like hurt animals. Like we have videos of settlers beating up dogs. One of their dogs was beaten so cruel and then dropped at one of the Palestinian houses to accuse Palestinians that they did that to the dogs. And then they can call the police or the IDF to come and arrest Palestinians. Of course, we call the IDF and the police every day. Every day we call them. You think they do anything? They do not care. And if they come, they would arrest a Palestinian only. They don't care. They protect those settlers actually.
So what happened this morning? Already this morning there was incidents this morning?
Yes, we had like little kids.
I mean, it's 9:30 in the morning.
Yes, before they come early in the morning because now it's like getting very hot.
Right.
So they come early. They bring their sheep, their flocks, and they trespass people's properties. Imagine, like we have lots of space here. Why to go to the Palestinian or where people are living? It's just to harass and to intimidate those Palestinians, to make them and oblige them at the end of the day or after a month or 2 or 3, to make their life impossible and to let them leave. And then they would tell you, oh, they left. Of course, at the end of the day, I want to protect my kids. If I
Right.
have kids living with me and those settlers are coming and intimidating me and harassing me and entering to my house, and I can't do anything because I'm Palestinian, because if I do, the IDF will come and arrest me and they will say that I'm a terrorist, while they can trespass private properties and do whatever they want just because they are backed up by the system, by the government, by the state. It's not an individual person who just decided to come, and do this work. It's all planned. It's from the bigger picture of ethnic cleansing of Palestinians to make this land, the Holy Land, Palestine, Jewish again,
Yeah.
in that mentality.
Yeah.
And they brainwash these young kids into that this is the promised land and those are the terrorists here,
Right.
and we have to clean this land from those people.
Clean.
Mm.
Language of cleaning and
Yes.
purity. Like the language of purity
Yes.
is like purify. You hear that all the
Purify,
time.
yes,
You hear that
because
all the
for
time.
them, we are not human beings,
Mm.
and they said that leaders in Israel said it very loudly,
Yeah.
we are not human beings.
Yes.
They dehumanize us every day, every
Right.
morning, every noon, in
Right.
everything they do. They are
Right.
dehumanizing us.
Right.
And that's what they do. They
we hear
send
that.
young kids at 12,
Yes.
13 years old,
Mm.
poor kids, instead of being in a summer camp, instead of being on the beach, I don't know, instead of being in the house eating nice food, they send them here in the middle of the
Yeah.
desert, under 50 degrees heat. I don't know what to tell you more.
Yeah.
The Palestinians of Ras al Auja are the latest Bedouin community being forced out of their homes, despite having lived there for generations. Settlers descend onto the village and raid residents' homes on a daily basis, physically attacking people, stealing sheep, and terrorizing families.
So hang on. Ari.
Yes.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Yeah, can you tell me a little bit about what's happening?
So every day, kind of like clockwork, twice a day, the settlers from over there
Yeah.
come with their sheep and their goats, and they do this intimidation tactic where they go right on the border of where legally is their land, and so they have plausible deniability, and then they let their sheep sort of cross the border. They try all sorts of provocations, like circling our cars, coming and like getting really close to us, going taking strolls in their private land, and it's pretty severe form of harassment in the community. And that's notwithstanding larger incidents that happen here and there, like the shirtless dude came over the ATV and really harassed them, especially the women and children here.
What does harass mean? Like, what does that look like?
So it's this vibe of like they're going imagine somebody goes into your yard, and then you're saying you're trespassing, you go in my private space, and then they say, show me your documents. And there's like a valid form of interaction every time they have to like go through this arduous process to prove that no, this is in fact my yard. And there's this like intentional amnesia about it from the police and from the army, where they don't want to acknowledge it. And for them, it's this sort of idea that like they don't really even acknowledge them as human beings that exist here. People just want to sit and drink coffee, drink tea, live their lives.
Yeah.
And they can't even move their sheep around anymore They lost the ability to do that just a few months ago because there's a lot of thefts. Like if they mix in their herds of sheep or goats, then the settlers can just take the full herd and just claim it's theirs, and the police is gonna take their side. So today they try different tactics every day. Today they went from over there by the wadi. We parked this sheep right there. So basically, imagine if you're sitting over there drinking your tea, drinking coffee, and you see a settler like 15 meters away from you.
Yeah.
Just with an entire flock of sheep. And it's his way of saying, like, as soon as you don't look, I'll come in. It's his way of intimidating with plausible deniabilities to sit on the border. He was walking around the solar panels, just like checking them out.
They also took over the nearby spring of Ras al Auja, one of the main springs in the area and a major water source. Today, all Palestinians are barred from accessing it.
The water pools up over here, and then because of that, wouldn't reach the families in Al Auja. So that's the dual purpose of claiming this spot over here.
So it's like this takeover. It's a takeover of the water sources.
Yeah.
With this language, what does it say?
We return to the water wells. Yeah.
Which is from a Naomi Shemer song, Yerushalayim Shel Zahav.
I believe so. One of her songs.
Yes,
Exactly.
that's where it's from. Which a lot of people, like in growing up in Brooklyn, we love that song. A lot of people love that song. It's this very nostalgic thing that we ignored the fact that in the song it basically says that, nobody was living here. This land was empty of people.
Yeah.
And so
I really recommend the Harassment by Feroz.
Yeah.
It's a song about being from the other side of this experience.
Yeah.
1967. I guess one of the things that one of our colleagues, he can tell you about this if he wants. We'll ask him if he wants to talk about this, but he, went in the middle of the night to try to disassemble this pergola, and then he got physically attacked by the settlers too.
Would you ask if he thinks the violence is escalating and how he feels about the new outpost on the other side of the mountain?
بتحس تصرفات هدول المستوطنين عم بتزيد كل مرة ولا عادي نفس الشيء كل يوم بيجوا بيسووا نفس الحركات وبيروحوا؟
كل يوم بيجوا بيسووا الصبح بيسووا الحركات هذه والعصر بيسووا الحركات. يوم يجوا يلفوا عليك بالغنم ويروحوا يلفوا على العرب ويعاودوا يجيلوا هناك في الوادهان ويقعدوا ويصير بيدشر الغنم وبصير بيلف. هو بيلف.
He says, yes, of course, it's escalating every day, worse and worse. They bring their sheep here. They go all around the area. They walk with their animals, and then they go, for example, to the wadi there, to the valley, and then they leave their sheep there, and then the settlers would come walking around and harassing us in our houses, in our land. And also, just one information about Abu Talib, he has deeds for this land. It's Tabo, and it's from Bet El, so it's Israeli Tabo.
And didn't we show a deed?
Yes.
And the Arab policeman said...
We showed a deal. I've showed the deal like four times at this point.
Yeah, and I think the policeman yesterday was like, this is not valid.
They don't care.
This is
They
not
don't
valid.
care.
Yeah, read Arabic.
هاي صورة كشان الطاب. هاي صورة كشان الطاب.
طبعا هذا الكوشان الأصلي.
كيف؟
تسجيل ولا هيو.
هيو
اوكي. ما هي area C صح. It's area C. So normally in area C, any paperwork for the land, you need to go to Bet El. They don't want us here, and that's it. Punto. They don't want us here. It's just this is a systemized oppression, settler terrorism. That's what I call it. Settler terrorism. And you know what? And I believe as a Palestinian living on this land for all my life and having lots of friends and activists who are Israelis, these settlers will, when they finish with us, they will start with you. That's what I believe. They will start with you because they don't care. For them, they don't see you are Israeli and Palestinian. He's American, whatever. They are just brainwashed to think that they are God's best creatures. They are using all the Judaism symbols in a very ugly way.
Mm.
And you have to
Yeah.
be angry and do something about it.
Take
Because
back our
we
religion.
cannot do
Yes.
anything as Palestinians.
Yes.
They call us terrorists. They don't see us. For them, it's easy to just take a gun and shoot at me and kill me, like Auda Hatalin just 2-3 weeks ago, when he was shot in front of everybody, and he was like very far away from like the dispute or whatever you want to call it. And that guy just took his gun and killed him in the chest, immediately in the chest. And what happened? Nothing. His body was held for 11 days without letting his family say goodbye to him, while the settler took home arrest for 2 days, and then the third day he was just roaming in the area where he killed that man, laughing and smiling in front of his kids and wife. I met his wife, Auda's wife. She was telling me, Amira, like, I saw him like the third day while the body of my husband didn't come yet. He was just sitting
Roaming
around and like nothing, and protected by the IDF. This is unfair. Come on.
So painful.
This is unfair. Painful.
Very painful.
It's exactly. It's
brutal.
evil.
Yes. Yes. All those
And
things.
again and again and again.
And also, he was shot because he was holding a camera, which goes to what you were saying before about how they're going to come for the people who are like, speaking out or talking, resisting, or saying no. The people who are saying no or recording it. The next on the list. I totally agree.
And I'll say it again before we finish this recording. When they finish with us, Palestinians, they will come to the rest.
The UN estimates that since October 7th, Israeli settlers have carried out around 2,000 attacks against Palestinians in the West Bank. Attacks can include harassment of Palestinian villagers, trying to access their crops or work outside their villages, or raiding villages to vandalize property or just intimidate them. Settler attacks have displaced more than 1,500 Palestinians in the first year of the war in Gaza, and sometimes this violence leads to murder, such as the recent killing of Ras al Auja. The UCPIP has been bringing volunteers from around the world and Israel to support the Palestinians by standing with them in nonviolence in order to protect them from attack. To learn more about UCPIP, contact us at Women Ending War.